For Mom, who read to me every day. Fundamental Laws of Nature. Ellen is convinced her daughter's lesson horse is the reincarnation of her mother. The horse's eyes give her away. And her mother always loved anything equine. Fitting that she's now a black thoroughbred mare. Ellen watches Abby, her daughter, prepare the horse to be ridden. Abby has already brushed the barn dust from the mare's sleek body, which the mare, her grandmother, seemed to enjoy. Ellen thinks the brushing must feel like a nice massage. The aisle, flanked by stalls, smells of alfalfa hay and manure and oiled leather. A brown tabby weaves between the mare's legs. The horse stomps at the cat, which Ellen takes as further evidence because her mother didn't care for cats. Piss, Abby says. Somebody took my hoof pick. Ellen has never heard her 12-year-old daughter swear. Is piss a curse word? And resolves to stop swearing herself. When Abby goes to the tack room to retrieve a hoof pick, Ellen pats the horse's soft nose. I know who you are, Ellen whispers. I'm on to you. The mare blinks. Hey, Abby says from across the aisle. Are you giving her pointers for my lesson? I told her not to be scared of the brick wall, Ellen says, referring to one of the jumps. You can tell her all you want, but we'll see if she responds to the stick, Abby says, tucking her crop into her tall riding boot. She runs her hand down the horse's pastern to get the animal to lift her hoof. Hup. The hoof remains firmly on the ground. Ellen took lessons as a girl and knows she could twist the chestnut, the small scaly part on the inner side of the horse's leg, to inflict pain. But it seems a cruel gesture toward her own mother. She's not thinking straight these days. Ellen rode for a couple of years, and her mother was always more enthused than she was. Ellen didn't have the same unconditional love for horses. She had conditions. After her first bad fall, the affair was over. Finito. Done. The horse clearly didn't have the same feelings for her, so why bother? Don't be stubborn, Ellen says. She sees a glint of recognition in the horse's dark, liquid eye. The mare complies, lifting her hoof so Abby can scrape the debris from the bottom. The silver horseshoe shines in the dim light of the barn. Soon, they're ready for the practice arena. The March day is sunny but cool, water dripping from icicles along the overhang. Ellen is grateful for the private lesson. No small talk with the other barn moms. The conversation inevitably touches upon occupation, and Ellen is reluctant to tell people that she's a gynecologist. Sometimes she just says obstetrician. Everyone likes the baby doctors. In the arena, Abby and the mare move at a brisk trot. Her trainer, Bridget, stands in the center, barking orders to go over the ground poles. Tie up your reins, she says. Arms out, more leg. Keep her straight. Good. Next time, hands behind your back. Bridget is a small woman with pale green eyes and a feline grace. Once, Ellen caught her smoking by the infirmary stall. Although it wasn't exactly model behavior for her daughter, Ellen was more concerned about the hay catching fire. Bridget threw the cigarette to the ground and snuffed it out with her boot. Then she picked a fleck of tobacco from her tongue. Both women acted as though they hadn't seen the other, because that was easier than confrontation. Abby obeys the trainer's commands. Although the cavaletti poles are just a few inches high, they're enough to interrupt the horse's normal stride, like a series of tiny jumps that could dislodge a rider. The mare deftly trots over the poles while Abby makes the ride look effortless. Bridget challenges them further by asking Abby to drop her stirrups. Ellen can tell this is more difficult for her daughter because her shoulders hunch forward, but Abby keeps her balance. Okay, Bridget says. This is the last aid I'll take away. Eyes closed. Ellen holds her breath. Her daughter has to trust this animal, have faith they will keep moving forward. In her head, Ellen says a prayer. Please don't hurt my baby, and if you do, I'll cause you bodily harm.